Hey, what's going on guys? My name is GameSlings and welcome back to Beyond Gnome. Alright guys, so here we are on the launch pad. This mission is going to Armstrong, and this is probably a much more overbuilt rocket than we probably need for Armstrong, but if you watch the end of the last episode, you'll find out we need to plant a flag on Armstrong. So that's today's mission. So this is a kind of weird looking rocket. I'm not quite sure where the lander stage is, because I was looking at the in-game Delta V, and it was reading off about 6,000. But the problem is that's when the ship's in the atmosphere, and it really doesn't help me because we're going to an airless moon. So I decided, let's look at Kerbal Engineer and see what that says, and it turns out that I had about 8,500 with this. I think I had. Which is more than enough to just go to Armstrong. So there might be a little bit of biome hopping involved, but we'll just have to wait and see until we get there. Now, it has been a while since I've recorded one of these episodes, and there is a reason why I am. It's quite a demanding schedule, to be fair. I'm trying to upload once every 2 days, and at the moment I've only got 2 games to play because I am broke. So for the moment I'm just playing Kerbal and Doom. I know Doom's not the favourite series on the channel, definitely not. It gets about 5% of the views that the Kerbal ones do. But so it's a very busy schedule, but it is the summer holidays for me, which means I am able to produce some more videos than normal. And it's fun, it really is fun. What I want to do is I want to schedule some videos. I want to record loads in one go, and then I want to upload them and schedule them. But the problem is, because it takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours to actually upload the video, and then a further 4 or 5 hours to process it, I'm not having a nice time. Jesus Christ, what is this orbit? So, what's happening here? Am I going all the way around here? I'm going to encounter Armstrong, come back, and then I'm going to encounter Lua in the most weirdest way possible. And it looks like I'll probably end up hitting it, but if I didn't, if I just went straight through the planet, the moon, I would end up in a polar orbit. So, fun fact! I'll have to take note of that, but there's no chance that's happening again. So my Armstrong periapsis would be around 29,000. Can we reduce that? The answer's probably no. I think I'm going to hit Armstrong at this rate. I can't see it. I can't see a periapsis, which probably indicates I'm going to hit it. But some fun news when we correct our orbit. There's a little bit of tea. There's a little bit of drama in the planet modding community, which is a bit of a surprise. It's been a fair few. That's probably been over a year now since the last bit of planet modding drama. I mean, anyway, the tea, the beef, the drama, whatever you want to call it. What is the drama? Well, if you watched my video on basically clowning on other people's mods, which I had great fun making. I thought that's a really popular video as well. I had great fun making that. But if you watch that video about me clowning on other people's mods, so it's mainly the visual mods more than actual planet mods. I know a couple of them were thrown in there, but I talk mostly about visual mods. Your boy Graphics Enhancement Assembly has the message from the moderator on the thread said that Davian Lin, who's the author of it, has decided to stop supporting it. And I was just like, well, I wonder why. And I do believe, I posted on the forum thread, I was like, oh, you've got some issues. It's kind of unethical to do this. And here's how you can fix them. Like, it wasn't the most constructive message, but it was fairly constructive. Now, I haven't actually been paying attention to where we're landing. I think there will do. Either that, or I could just land basically where I am now. I'm probably going to land in the white bit. No, you know what? I might not, because the glare from the post-processing is gonna look disgusting. So I'm just gonna go up a little bit. Yeah, I posted a constructive message, which wasn't really that constructive, and I think he just saw that. He might have seen the video. I don't know. He probably saw the message and he was like, this is it for me. I do feel mildly bad because obviously I've just made him. I've not not made him, but I've basically caused him to stop developing his mod. And if you feel quite passionate about that sort of thing, which I know I definitely do, that is quite a blow, to be honest. So I felt kind of bad, but then in retrospect, I realised, well, if he's decided to just not continue developing the mod, he clearly didn't care about it that much in the first place. So I feel less bad now. But yeah, I mean, if it's something you're really passionate about, I suppose it is quite a bit of a scare when someone comments on your mod and basically calls you out for it. But I have messaged him before, and he just completely ignored me. So Jesus Christ, that is loud. Wow, that is louder than I thought it would be. Anyway, this land is very tall, and I feel like when I land here, I am on too much of a slope. But it is low gravity, so my reaction wheels might be able to hold it. I think that's going to be okay. Yeah, there we go. That's a lot. That was actually a lot cleaner than the landing on Hydron. So now that we're landed, it's time to do some science. Also, the panels are tracking destiny now, and they're actually getting energy, which means the panels aren't broken. I might have updated Kopernicus and KSP since what do you call it? Since the last episode. I genuinely can't remember the last episode was about. I recorded it, I think, on a week ago, so yeah, I must have updated it. Usually I'd take a rover to do this sort of thing, but it looks like... Excuse me? Do you mind? It is tipping me in the opposite direction. Why is it tipping me in the opposite direction to the slope? I think I need to turn the reaction wheels off. I think that's what's causing that. Yeah, slowly and just straight up do that. That's not helping. Nice. I suppose we're biome hopping a little bit early. I suppose I just land again. I don't know what that was all about. Now then, if this is still the Highlands, I'm going to be annoyed. But yeah, you don't realise how small Armstrong actually is until you start landing on it, and then you realise I am only travelling at 6 meters per second, and it looks like I'm still hundreds of meters off the ground. When really, I think I'm only about 50. It's just a guess. I don't actually know. Anyway, let's hope the reaction wheels don't decide to screw us over at this point. Okay. Slowly descend at a nice speed of 0.4 meters per second. Shall we start disabling the reaction wheels? And it's pointing us up again. Right. We'll start lowering it very slowly. Make sure it's actually stable where it is now. Lower it a little bit more. It's still trying to point us radial out. I really don't want to time warp either. I feel like it's just going to jump off the ground. You know what? That seems absolutely fine. I think it's relatively stable. There are no more reaction wheels on this craft, but I'm still going to quick save anyway. It seems to be bouncing. Why is it still pointing radial? How? How is it managing to do this? There is not enough reaction wheel on this. Is it just bouncing? You know what, I'm just going to really quickly EVA report. Take a surface sample. Board. Store them? Yeah, I think I stored them. Now, we need to plant a flag. And I think the craft is relatively stable. I mean, it's going back up again. Is it going to go too far? Yes. Why? Why is it doing this? Oh, you know what? No, it's not going too far. It's fine. Plant the flag. The contract's done. I could probably fly back to Rhodes from here using my jetpack, but I don't expect to land. I'm just going to call it 1 because my craft is... Why is it doing that? I'm so confused. Is this a problem with Kerbal's reaction wheels? Because now it's just falling over. It's just straight up falling over. And now it's coming back again. What? You know what, I think that concludes it for this biome. Actually, very quickly, before we start to literally die. Yeah, no, I don't feel confident with that one. What's that all about? Kerbal 1.7.3, everyone. I don't think I was doing anything wrong there. There are literally no other reaction wheels on the craft. There's one here, and there's one in the crew cabin. The engine wasn't on. The only thing was the landing legs. I think that was it. So I'm just going to put that one down to KSP being stupid. Now I've realised I'm going to be orbiting in the wrong direction. Yeah, that just looked ridiculous. No. But it's Armstrong. It's not really going to impact us too much. We should get an escape trajectory now. Anyway, I will come back to Armstrong and then do a proper mission for biomes, like biome hopping and all that. Had to cut it a little bit short for KSP being weird again. Just above Armstrong's steep slopes. So, are we able to get another one? Steep slopes. Steep slopes. This is where X-Science comes in useful. Now, we should be going over the Highlands in a second. We have 4,000 LTV left, so we could maybe go on a trip to Lua as well. You know what? It's time to go to Lua. I'm just gonna... Okay, my thing's still set to surface, apparently. There we go. So we're just going to retrograde and just wait until we get an encounter. It's not that difficult to encounter Lua in the first place, so we should be fine. Just make sure our inclination vaguely matches up. It just has to cross the line. Lua's sphere of influence is quite big, so we should be alright. It's just the waiting game. Actually, you get science bonuses for landing at the Polar Highlands, but I don't feel confident enough to land in the Highlands at the pole. It's quite a daunting experience, so I'm just going to splash down and see where that takes me. Should be enough to actually land. 822, I might be able to land on this stage, and if I am able to actually do that, I'm going to be impressed. Because I'm not good at Kerbal. And here we are, at Lua. Again. It's time to do some science. I can't do it again because I've already done it. So let's splash down. Where did I land originally? I'm fairly certain I didn't splash down. If I did... No, I'm fairly certain I didn't. I'm fairly certain I landed on land. Oh no. No, I landed on a terraform, obviously. So yeah, I should be able to splash down. Now, have I done the other scans and that? Yeah. Right. Now the good thing is, I brought drogues with me. Obviously I'm not able to repack them, but I should be able to just land on the very basic chute anyway. So I'm going to deploy the drogues just to save myself a little bit of Delta V. Now I'm not too bothered if any of this bottom stage gets destroyed. We have 3,000 in the top one apparently. So we should be more than okay. Now, clearly these parachutes are not going to hold us, but they are going to slow us down just a little bit. I'm going to slow myself down just so that I don't overshoot like an idiot. Yeah, it looks like I'm just going to end up landing at the regular velocity. And here we are, we are landed on Lua. Well, not necessarily landed, but I want to make sure I still point outwards. And I think our reaction wheel should be able to hold that. I hope. They've proven themselves untrustworthy in the past. So do I trust them right now? Not really, but it seems to be doing a good job. So we're just getting a little bit more science. Now, we don't get the milestone gains from this, I don't think. I think the contract still counts as ongoing. Okay, we need to point 90 and off we go. I deem that a success. Especially since we managed to do all of it on this stage. Goodbye, lower stage. So this is the stage that was actually meant to land. Now, yeah, I think I overbuilt that craft just a tad. And we are in space. And there's the, was that something on my ship? I really want to hope that was the other stage hitting the ground and not mine. I'm just gonna hope the best and make sure the science is still there. But no, let's go back to road. I'm really happy with how it looks. It was one of the first Beyond Home planets that I actually made. I think it was like the 4th, but it's the 2nd to actually make it into the pack. The other 2 were removed because I straight up just didn't like them. But I'm really happy with it. It has gone under a couple of changes since the initial release, but overall I'm really happy with how it's turned out. Now we do have the heat shield stage, but I might as well just burn up the last of the fuel that I have. You know what, we might be able to save a little bit of money, just a little bit, and we'll deploy at about 800 just in case I do have to deploy this stage. But I will save a little bit of money and just land this entire craft. So our velocity is going to be probably too high for the landing legs to cope. 9.6 it looks like. Yeah, I'm going to have to adjust that just a little bit. But other than that, this should be fine. Look guys, we landed on road. The best lander to actually make it back as well. I think this is probably the best looking ship. I didn't expect that when I set out originally, but it looks good. There we go. Quick save that, and I'll do a sweet recovery. And 114 science, which means we get a total of 144, almost 1 million funds. We are nowhere near the 7 million required to open that base on Lua. Okay, fine. I'll have a look at what science I can get, because I might be able to send a rover if I get some wheels. It doesn't look like I'll be getting wheels for a while. There's some stuff here, but I don't see any wheels. And there's these. I don't normally use these rover wheels, but you know what? If we're gonna go to Hydrus, it's time we do get something like that. Now we have some aviation possibilities as well. We could send a plane to Hydrus. It doesn't have an oxygen atmosphere, but it is a really thick atmosphere, so you could glide down and save a bit of fuel doing that. But I think that's one for another day. We'll just send a rover to begin with. I do have some probe cores, so I should be able to do it. But anyway, only one mission for this episode today, because we went to two celestial bodies, 2 moons. But hopefully that was enjoyable to watch. Next mission we might be going to Hydrus, but I am happy to... Well, we've already been to Hydrus, that's the thing. I don't want to keep going back. We've been to Hydrus in 2 episodes, and this is going to be a 3rd one. So I could put that contract on hold for a bit and go to elsewhere, but if you want to see me go elsewhere, just let me know down in the comments below. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. If you enjoyed that, remember to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.